the secret to closing the deal, and the 5 reasons why people don't buy. Hi, I'm Jason from GetUncommonResults.com, and today we're going to talk about how to close the deal. What is the easiest, simplest method to close the deal without sounding salesy or putting people on the spot and applying pressure, and the 5 reasons why they often don't buy. Would you like to know what they are? Then stay tuned, because this video is designed specifically for you. Hi, I'm Jason from GetUncommonResults.com, where we work with medium and large size business professionals working on the area of sales to increase the results anywhere from 15 to 33% in 12 weeks or less. And the number one secret, the first place in which we start, is getting us out of our own way. Whether it's you, your sales team, your sales manager, whoever it may be, often the biggest challenge that we face starts right here. And so we're going to work on both the personal development, our own mindset, as well as the business techniques. See, the biggest reason why people don't buy, there's 5 techniques that we've identified, and most of them all can be controlled or influenced by you without having to do any crazy sales techniques or strategies that force people or to trick people into buying. The last thing we want is buyer's remorse. How would you like to have your customers rave about you? Feel heard, feel understood, know that you know what they need, and help them along the way to get it is what they want, what they desired, without any of that self-doubt that maybe they made a wrong decision? Would that sound like something you would like to do, or the type of salesperson you would like to be? If so, then step number 1 is forget about being a salesperson. Your job is to serve your clients, right? By providing them a service, by helping them down the path. If it's not a right fit, don't worry, that's okay. You got a great friendship and relationship out of the deal. It's not about making the sale for the sake of the sale. See, the reason why most people don't buy, and I'll even give you a magic secret at the end. See, the reason why most people don't buy, and I'll give you the magic secret at the end, but the biggest reason is they don't feel heard or not understood. I'll give you an example. Let's reverse roles. Have you ever been in the buying situation or the being sold situation where you have a conversation and you swear there is no way that person heard a single thing you said? Or after talking for 15, 20 minutes, they still had no clue what you needed? You may have plain as day, you told them, I want this, and they're trying to sell you this. Yeah. Did you feel heard? Did you feel understood? No. So that's the first reason why most people don't buy, and it directly leads into reason number 2. If you don't feel heard, if I don't understand you, if I don't hear what it is you need, do you trust me? Do you trust me to be able to help you solve your problem if you feel I have no freaking clue what that problem is? No. So number 1 is first you want to make sure your clients feel heard. Step number 2 is you want to build trust. You want to ensure that you understand what they're looking for, understand their wants, understand their needs. So when you're offering a solution, you're offering solutions in which they can get behind. You see, a lot of people, when they're doing this, the first objection they're going to get, the biggest objection they get is that I don't even need that. Or thanks, but that's not for me. But if I start and I hear what you need, I hear your wants, I hear your needs, I hear your desires, I build that trust, then I can overcome the next obstacle, which is third. I don't need that, right? So that people who don't realize they need it, you actually have a chance to help them see for themselves how they need the need the product, or they need the service. Because the biggest obstacle, number 4, number 3 is they don't need it or they don't want it. Obstacle number 4 is even harder. They don't realize they need it or want it. And the challenge with this one is you spend all your time trying to educate them, trying to convince them, trying to tell them, no, you need this. And I'm sitting here going, no, I don't. And you're saying, yes, I do. And I'm saying, no, I don't. All you're doing in that kind of confrontation is ensuring that I am coming up with reasons why I don't need your product or service. So by going into that debate, and I hope that's not you, because that's just a bad idea, but it does happen, is by going into the debate, by trying to convince me that I need it, and I'm trying to convince you I don't. It doesn't matter if my reasons are logical. If you're trying to convince me I need it and I'm trying to convince you I don't, I'm burning into my own brain all the reasons why I don't need it, no matter how absurd, no matter how silly, no matter how crazy it sounds. Have you ever had an objection and you're just like, what the heck are you talking about? Then likely you've gotten yourself into a confrontation type of approach in which I've cemented my feet in the ground and secured in my mind, drilled into my mind all the reasons why I don't need your product or service. No matter how absurd it is, I'm never going to buy from you because you've already hit that wall and built that brick. So there's a magic secret to how to prevent all of these. All right, there's a simple way to prevent all of these. But first, reason number 5. The 5th reason why no one tends to buy, the 5th challenge in which you will face or obstacle that you will get is that they were interested. They did want to buy. You didn't even realize it. That maybe you just walked right past that sale. Maybe you were in your own head and we're watching for all these cues and we're following the standard sales technique. They said first you say this, then you say this, then you say this. And you were so busy up here that you weren't present with the client or the potential prospect. And that you didn't pick up on the fact that they said, yeah, that sounds great. Maybe, again, I know I've been there 1,000 times, more than I wish I could, which has given me the experience to realize that, wow, this happens a lot. Where you're talking to a client, you're into the conversation, you go, that sounds amazing. And then I keep trying to sell them. Has that ever happened to you? See, more often than anything else, someone may be interested. They may want to learn more. They may have an opportunity for you to build that relationship, build that trust, and to offer that service or that product. But because we're too busy in our own head trying so hard or trying to think of the next line or trying to think of whatever it is we're stuck up there doing, that we completely miss the opportunity to make the sale or to at least open that door. And so the 5th reason why people don't buy is because we, as salespeople, as customer service, as the individual is there to solve the problem, we're not present enough with our clients to actually hear them say, I'm interested, or I want more, or that sounds amazing. All right? But there's a solution to it. The solution to all 5 problems is in the power of asking a question. Think about it for a moment. All right, we'll start with all 5 techniques. I'll give you an example for each. They don't feel heard or understood. If you don't feel heard and understood and I ask you questions about what is the challenge, what is the biggest obstacle you face, and I can repeat that back to you in my own language or using yours, are you going to feel heard or understood? If I keep asking you questions and I'm interested and I'm intrigued and I want to learn more and you can hear so because of the questions I'm asking you, do you feel heard? Do you feel understood? In that scenario, are you going to start to trust that I really do care? That I'm sincere when I say I am here to help you, to support you. And if you can have an open mind, I can show you how to increase your sales by 15 to 30% in 12 weeks or less, or don't pay me. It's free. Does that sound sincere if I have taken the time to learn your true problems, your true challenges, your true obstacles? Right? Now, that's number 1 and 2. What if you don't need the product? If I ask you questions about your challenge, let's say your product is, let's say you need a well. In your house, you need water into your house, you need a well. You have a well, it's not very good, but you don't need a well. I just picked an absurd thing, right? I'm sure there's someone out there selling wells. So let's say you need a well, or you have one, but you need a better one, but you don't know that. You're good. You don't want to spend the money. And I start asking you questions about your water pressure. What is the quality of your water? How does it feel after you shower? What do your dishes look like? Do they come out all crusty with the film on it? And I start asking you all these questions that show you have a water issue. Then, after I've learned and I've asked questions, I've dug deep. If I said, it sounds like you might have an issue with your well or the quality of your water, can you argue that? If I've just asked questions and you yourself have said that your water pressure sucks, that you still feel dirty after you have a shower, it just doesn't feel very good, like something feels off, or that all your dishes are corroded and have this gross film on it, or it tastes like it's rusty, like it almost tastes like metal when you drink your water, I'm sure you're not sure what I'm talking about, but bad water has all these signs. And if you just agreed and told me all this, when I say it sounds like, I don't know, I could be wrong, but it sounds like you have an issue with your water quality, are you now thinking you might have a problem? You didn't need it before. You didn't even know it was there, which leads me to solving challenge 3 and 4. Not wanting the product or service, or even worse, not knowing you need the product or service. But by asking questions, you yourself will come out with the answer and the realization and the aha. Well, it goes in reverse. If you're trying to lead me down the path, your job is to guide me to the solution to the problems that I may or may not even know I have. And by asking me questions and digging deeper and getting me to give an answer, I'm more likely to believe me than you. Sorry, it's just the way it is. But I am more likely to believe myself. So if I have told you I'm having a problem with this, and yes, this is a challenge here, and yes, this is an outcome or something that's happening, and then you bring up that, hey, it sounds like it's a problem here, which you just so happen to have a problem solution for, I'm more likely to agree with you now because I have come up with my own factual reasons why you're right. It's just like when you conflict with me. If we get into a conflict and if I'm coming up with all the reasons why I don't need to buy from you, asking questions reverses it and allows you to help me come up with all the reasons why I do need to buy from you. Which leads me to number 5, and the true secret to how to close a sale. You ready? Because this one will change your life. If you are ever challenging, if you're on your sales cycle, if you don't know what a sales cycle is, there's another video. You got to mention me down below. I'll send you the link. Sales cycle is vital. But if in your sales cycle, what sucks for you is what really is bad or not is working is your close, then this is going to solve a huge problem. And if it's not you, if it's someone on your team is struggling to close, often it's this one detail right here or one just before it. Okay? In asking you questions, open-ended questions, what would happen if? What would it look like if we did this? If I hear you saying is you're looking for this, is that correct? What is the biggest challenge you face? What is the biggest obstacle? What kind of impact would that have on your business or your life? How happy would your spouse be if we were able to do this or if you could achieve this? Just get to know me, dig deep, ask me open-ended questions because the close is as simple as a close-ended question. Okay. So based on what you said, we can do, you would like this, this, and this. Is that correct? Great. Would you like help with that? That's by far my favorite closing question. And it's not even a salesy question. It's just a simple question. Would you like help with that? Either you're going to say yes or no. It's that simple. Or another one would be, based on what you've said, if we can do this, this, and this, and stay within this budget, would we have a deal? Yes or no? Close-ended question. Going in for the close, but in a simple format. I'm not demanding anything. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not putting you on the spot. I'm not forcing you with some sneaky sales strategy that maybe worked back in the 80s. I'm simply just asking you the question. And if you feel heard, understood, we've built trust, you know you need what it is I offer, I've maybe even educated on you, and you confirmed yourself some of the challenges you've had, and I ask you those questions, and I prevent myself from going down that rabbit hole of walking right past it. I just ask a simple question. What are our next steps? What would you like to do about that? Would you like help with that? Do you want to pay for that by cash or credit card? Right? It's just as simple as asking a question. The close is literally the smallest part of the sale if you do it right. And if they say no, guess what you do? You just quit and walk away? No, hell no. Go back and ask another question. Okay, well, what is it? What's your concern? Want to know what my favorite is? I love this. Is I'll be talking to a client and like this. This is my sales strategy. I talk this way. I just ask questions. I dig deep. I understand your wants. I understand your needs. Would you like to move forward with that? Would you like help with that? No? Okay. What is your hesitation? I just go back to open-ended questions. Learn more. If it's time, if I'm not going to get the sale, then so be it. Accept it. Respect it. I don't mind. It's nothing personal. If I can provide a product or service that will get you results, increase your sales, and explode your income, then let's work together. If I can't, We won't, because I have a guarantee that I'm going to get you at least 15%, or else I'm not going to work with you. So unless I can guarantee it, unless I can put my mouth or my money where my mouth is, I'm not going to work with you anyway. So I'll just give you free value and send you on your way or introduce you to someone who can. Right? Do the same. Be sincere, be genuine, back your product, be confident in what it is you offer and what it is you do, and then just ask, would you like help with that? So you ready for a secret? The magic secret to being able to close those calls and to get really, really good at this? It's role playing. So I will do this with my teams, with my clients all the time. See, it's one thing to think about it. It's another thing to talk about it or watch a video on it. But the best way to learn is through real life experience. The next best way is the closest thing to it, right? So if I'm working with my team and they struggle with closing, or maybe it's me that struggles with closing, or maybe it's you that struggles with closing, then I set up role playing. I put two people together in a selling situation where we practice asking questions, digging deep. We will pick a client. Maybe it didn't work. Maybe I lost the sale. And I'll say, okay, Emily, here's what I want you to do. I want you to pretend to be Julie. Remember the time when we had this, and this happen? I want you to pretend to be Julie, and I'm just going to have a conversation with you, and let's just practice asking questions. I'll ask the questions. You be the client. I'll be the sales representative or the one providing the service, and I'd just like you to help me. And then I practice. And we do it again, and we do it again, and we do it again, and we do it again. And we do all these different scenarios. And you know what? Most teams, it feels stupid, it feels silly, but I don't care what other people think. Because the moment you start role-playing, the moment you can bring your team together and get them practicing these exercises, their results, their skills, their abilities, the natural flow from their tongue will be smooth. I'll give you an example. I can prove it. You want proof that this works? How many of you can hear my accent? Maybe, probably not. See, it's actually a speech impediment. The truth is I was deaf as a child, couldn't hear, couldn't speak. I had a huge lisp to the point where I stuttered and couldn't be around more than two people. I'm a world-class, award-winning speaker, and I stand on stages in front of thousands of people. How has my speech been? Other than my team member editing, just cutting it so that it's interesting and exciting, this has been done in one take. Have you heard a stutter? Have you heard a hesitation? Believe me, you don't have to take my word on it, but I know from firsthand experience, repetition and role-playing works, and you can build that muscle no matter how bad it is, no matter how much you struggle, no matter how uncomfortable it is. Through role-playing and through practice and repetition, you can build the skill or the gift of gab. So get your team together, unite them, get them practicing. And if you're struggling, give us a call. We run exercises like this all around the world, designed to increase the energy, build the excitement, and develop the skills, both professionally and personally, so that they get out of their own way in their own mind and develop the skill they needed to go out and do what it is that needs to be done to implement that sales cycle, build the relationships, establish rapport, and make that sale. So thanks again for watching The Secret to How to Close and the 5 techniques or the 5 reasons why people don't buy. Of course, for more videos like this, be sure to subscribe. I'm Jason from GetUncommonResults.com, and leave a comment down below. We're happy to hear from you. More than willing to share any questions or comments you have, or check out our resource center or our business assessment for more tools just like this one to help you, your team, and your business explode those results. Once again, I'm Jason from GetUncommonResults.com, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you for joining me.